Well, despite some promising news in the first quarter of the year, it seems that Canadians' struggle with debt is back on. Non-mortgage debt is rising, everything from credit cards to auto loans, and getting a handle on it is as stubborn as ever. As Christina Stevens reports, credit experts say there are some positive developments, but they're not nearly enough to add up to a downward trend in the long term.
In a budget.
61-year-old Mark is working with a credit counselor to turn things around. Working purely on commission, he was hit hard by the recent recession and found himself sinking into debt to the tune of nearly $40,000.
Borrowing from this account and that account, juggling things, dipping into the, retirement funds to pay the bills. Now just in a situation where I was looking at being evicted.
Visa, please. A lot of Canadians are veering awfully close to his position. Non-mortgage personal debt increased this quarter by nearly $200, bringing it to over $27,000 a person. Admittedly, it follows the first quarterly decline in more than 2 years, but overall, year over year, it was up nearly 3.5%. TransUnion says this was a bigger increase than expected, and it'll likely continue to grow through the rest of the year. The increase includes credit card debt, which is up 3.5% this quarter.
Try to stick to one credit card. It's really important because the more cards you have, generally the higher your debt levels.
But the biggest year-to-year increase is in installment loans. Those are loans with regular payments. Lori Campbell says that suggests people may be consolidating their credit card debt into lower interest loans, which is a good thing.
My concern is, and we've seen it in the past, is that people tend to go out and reuse those credit cards and suddenly have an installment loan plus the credit cards.
Auto loans are up nearly 3.4% year over year.
People are basically buying cars at a rate we haven't seen in many, many years. We basically almost closed the gap relative to the pre-recession period.
He says Canadians have to be careful of their debt levels.
At this point, we are very sensitive to the risk of higher interest rates due to higher debt.
As for Mark, he's taking control of his situation with a new budget and concrete plans.
I'm just an average person just trying to survive and make a living.
He has a warning to others. Be careful and watch every cent. High debt is an easy situation to get into. Christina Stevens, Global News, Toronto.